Omokoye ye kire watena ya ewesi kasam no ntotoye so ne kosi senie ye bedi mu nkomo pa anwumre
ye nuanom ya wonum ya adwuma wo mortuary awodo no nansa wonum de tudwa so mo ba be strike na so ne ensem de bi apie ewo mu
emranso adwani owo emranso agefie ma de hye wo bantama baton pesu aso broni bi bono so bo se sa bra no a na oye chief of staff abedi akire no je se emra no wo ye na dwene so wo be call mampani akufod ho no mo sane papa ye na dwene se wo bagi sike bi ni ade enchemu aba menei enchemu aba nyina che se broni no se nkontompo ne nabrabasem ene wo ka ede egu bantama emranso agani eni mase no so afo asem ye be wura anwumre na ye de ho nkomo pa
na Gomo is ya ban cratch pen you no so wo abusia wase wo be na fam de biara sebe ya nwomesua be sore ejina ne na so abrane
abzafo we ni afoforo pinu an yakekese ne se kasea be bia wo bia na nwumre ye ba na yede aba besomo 21st clinic eta yechi siatica honsensem nyina fakoda wurum no monhwe mfama mizone 5G ni yeguso aye nonom ene ye wonom a edepa nenso asichire nim na 3A Herbal Center ede 3A cool capsules abadwa so a enti se die koko no asie be hye asie betu ede afri ne padua ne mo omo ene ebo echido mapo ya donti ama ye vemu a be bia wo bia na nwumre yetimi aba ne aba besomo be de ede na ya abo amale bia boga nwumre mene
oh hine ire ma me akua yeboa esiama
abzanfo yen sheka se na se mfamfiri Ghana mraswe gefie momo ne tua se nche bia be na wotwe mienu nie na osofo we sikasam no ntoto so ye rakeno friata ko mraswe gefie mu a sike de be bo my konkro Ghana ho bra afia ye kwa akowura mu 2024 no wode koto mraswe gafo no nim se budget ya mraswe gafo no so hyase ene ye ni no edi ho nkomo ahwe agiatumu na enene day twato a na wo se mraswe gafo no be o madi nkomo na duro bia no omo hwe no omo je budget ni tumu na ne o se hyase ebe ye adwuma na asete no omo ko ya na omo ko akodi nkomo ahwe age budget na tumu no eduru ba bi wa no tua se speaker of parliament o ya na obusa se mu a asem ye de yanimu yi mujitum se yemfo aso no na ye se mu nyina maka ai mu a mososo momfo aso no obo se ye se mu nka no ne du se wo kan asem no ase ai ni no no mu nyina ne ye pe enu nto ye se a mesusu se ase ai fo no mu ye dinkunim ene kofa manso ba se dabi dede ni nyina ase etuntimi nkare saa entine kese du so so mokokoto aba entiane ne oye so amemrase adwani ani abodin na otoma hwan oze bia metoma budget no o ya boy bia dambai mrase adwani oze bia mesusu metuti budget no yes o ma ye ne saa ne ade a na edu so so mokoto aba na ye bodi a wasore na wachese bia obefo so anasa wonfo so no ene no so kofa manso ba vise na honorable osechemensa bunsu fi se ekwane a mrase adwafiem chame ne ebe fa so mo di se adwuma no entwa ye ene pese onomo akwa kutu sa na mo no na busia yenkwai na se ne niamasi koye ene honorable osechemensa bunsu nsemo a wode tudwa yenkwai na yenkohwe.
When we finished, what was to be done was for the speaker to put the question. Now, we raised issues initially about procedure. And as you heard, the deputy majority leader, he said to the speaker that after putting the question and declaring the results, if a member wanted to challenge, he would have then to come with the challenge first. The member just got up and said that on account of order 1132, he's inviting the speaker to do a head count. That was not a challenge. So that was the issue the deputy leader raised. Then along the line, as we traveled, the speaker then said, well, he made a declaration, he expressed an opinion that he thought that the ayes have it. So the member could challenge it. You are all there. You are all there. You heard the speaker loud and clear. Why should a speaker beat such a hasty retreat from what he had said? He said to us that he thought, and I'm quoting him, that I think the ayes have it. That is how speakers make pronouncements and determination. I think the ayes have it. And if he's convinced and persuaded, then he go further to say that the ayes have it. Or maybe I think the noes have it. The noes have it. That's how it's done. Once you say the noes have it, then the determination has been made. In this case, he said, I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Then you have a speaker making a U-turn, a sudden U-turn to say that no, he didn't add that the ayes have it. He just expressed an opinion. You're all there, you heard him loud and clear. And that's most unfortunate. That's most unfortunate. So we think that the proper thing should be done. So we raise these preliminary issues.
Observe to way I am Rasway or woman Rasway Fima this year was so me about on Persuasua, a dom Cassian, a woman Rasway Fimono, or that woman second before honorable HMS Sabun so the attend in Canoa. Now Omochia Faso, our parliamentary TSA Bonteno, and an on some Jeff Woodin Como, a church Muni and Tia, or more Edan Subana D, or Rasway Fim Nebuzan for Mamanuchi assessu Shefa Yimwa, as some no so ba, Okakubunkum, not Wakakot Edia Kuni Fakakra, and unti yet honorable HMS Sabun so the ye, any MPP for Num Crow ye no, now see a bopini NDC for no so, ye could see no say, a semno, a pan say, an intolerable case to bar Fossen, one also so a NDC Rasvigania, or Rasvig Fima this year war a Jumako, and yen a Sima baton Persia so, one also so at the NDC Rasviga for an a church in Semuse de Trese, more Bianco Jana baby, and Cocasa budget in a jatum, budget no Bianin to and Untiadaho.
Second time in the history of Ghana. Sensing defeat. We have got them and we'll get them again another day. The fact remains that the MPP does not have the numbers to approve their own budget. And you bear as witnesses. You are here. You saw what happened. Everyone knows that the NDC members of parliament were ready to vote against the budget.
For good reasons.
For a very good reason. And we outlined as part of our concluding remarks why we are against this particular budget. Our position is simple. We cannot allow this budget to go through in its current form because the ordinary Ghanaian will be the one who will suffer. Ladies and gentlemen, the MPP sadly, sensing that they are not here, because obviously the deputy minister responsible for foreign affairs is not in town. Obviously the Honorable John Kuma, who is the deputy minister of finance, is also not here. And obviously the almighty Kenejapon, Mr. Showdown, is also not here. And sensing defeat, clearly, you know, they decided to walk out in a very shameful manner. It is a shame. It is a shame. The speaker has adjourned the house. But I can assure you, we will not stop there. We will do whatever we have to do. Our motion is still in place. We are challenging the voice vote. The speaker has ruled, and the MPP is aware that when the speaker makes a pronouncement and a ruling, they can only challenge that through a substantive motion. And on the 98 is clear on the matter. So as we speak, the budget has not been approved. So ladies and gentlemen, the budget has not been approved. So let everyone be aware and let the MPP MPs get it. They have lost it.
Yes.
They have lost it. Yes. They have lost the way and they have lost the mandate to do business in this house. But we want to conclude by saying that we live to fight another day, and tomorrow is another day. Thank you. Second time in the history of Ghana.
I was on phone to way NDC Rasvig or woman Rasvig Fima this year, a war a Jumako and Yen Sima Baton Persuaso, a 150 Mantemo, Honorable Dr. Kessel, Atoba Force and any attaining Kaya. Now, Odi NDC Rasvig for no a domwinim, no so much Rumunse Mose, or corner de Pinuan a domonim titiru, and no don't for Yaduma Echna. Now, Omochi or Moman Sui ye, wetere some, almost sorry, no, and then you could see Om Rasvig. Yankoni Nuaba, Nana ya, Enkodi Enkomo, Obaya, my joy.
Major Somia Bema.
More Entiaba say noa, MPP for a walking out, na NDC for no etinamum, speaker Eka se, Wamunko Joma Homekakra, Ayesa Baduma, Elmo Betana Sieno, and the other partner Coso, Ewa, a demo honomuchon for Nifatre.
Mamenda was the near Konya with the Mammy and Mary. Now I said that what the Kaya Barman, a breast speaker say, Send your sitting on a yeno, na a before bano, any are sitting on a watches and sank cra. And no Namuso near a dom kumani crap ye, Bejina Bonting, ya no more chance, ye beba domania sa frewum. Quincy, a domanan boy, na ye frewumwa, one more cottonasia. Speaker said Nejuma dear, what your banner ye, Yamea Duma, what son of Panundu, dear Twasubia, or Mbe.
Iti na de ebeka ne se budget no nkomo a eno mo ba be di ye enti e ba asa no na chese wetere sam o mapon yakopon ya doma echina na ne ya tete se obi te se Sam George uti ono abolo se chemensa bunso a o se na Sam George ni ho na Mahama Yarega ni ho na NDC MPs no mako 5 eni honomo na se na speaker no pese wo so pese ye bias no twentwen so ama omo eba se be no betimi atoatia budget nti ene me kobase no krese na honorable Sam George ne sa MPs ya no honorable seche mensa bunso bobomu di no na omuni mrase ye fie mu ho
sa enkofona majority leader bomu di no kreni die na mu bi ni ho nanso honorable Sam George die fitia no pani nyina no wo chamber nim na edu bra no mo ye head count no ani no ni chamber nim enti betimi abasada so no wo ne office na say or around parliament na ye yo mo dia kra no so a majority don't have numbers. Yes, on a book and the Japan were 2 kwan. Mo
obaya tobo oko MPP for no so afa yate se honorable Kennedy Japan etu kwan kwa America yate se Asante Mampo MP honorable George honorable Kwaku Sapon Prachum and no so anko parliament yate se Ejusu MP Dr. John Kuma lawyer ono susu na oni parliament eno kresa
ni nyina ye no kresa ankrofo ayi wabobo mu din nyina ne wo mama enu nti na nanka ebra na edom kuma ne fe se yenye head count no nanka majority ni pese ebi ayebo speaker ka se ebi majority fo nyina mo nso ne nyina ho ne enkan wo anye bia ne yekan wo ma ebi befa obi ani so ebi ani ehu nanso speaker so se yebo odin a ne wasori yebo odin ne wasori de ne chese woni chamber ni mo wa ma adwuma eno na ma edom kase ani se ene omo nti ase se speaker ebebo din si yebo odin a no wasori ne mo kase ene mu nyina mo sori nyina ho ne enkan omo a 1 2 3 obi 29 me obi 40 ene ye kan ne ase he wo maso ene wo maso nanso so edom kuma ne so yebo odin a no wasori esa se mo na mo se mo ye majority omo de atom so mo ye minority yen kan wo de omo kra mo number nso enye hwe
oba ntina chese de budget ne konkon ho budget no eno a yenyintu mu eno so ye montu ngui meboa
budget no egusu konkon ho na mini a ma yenkyere tiefo mu kakra ena de omo ye no anase approve na no omo ye no mo approve policy principle aban hyehyeye enye the budget as a whole esan se me no ka say estimate my so far finance minister onim ska 2024 de beba o man ne ho bra kosisi ministry department agencies obi ade ne budget estimate beba parliament committees ahodo betena ase omo wi a omo de aba chamber for approval ansan ye hu se saafi 2024 ne ye hia sika senia de aba o man ne ho bra enti enade ne de na ye the policy principle aban se mi hyehyɛ ya me de ye adwuma 2024 ni eno no na semra se bedwan mo di atum anase mo nyintum omo gitum a patre no eye se estimate no omo be tena so enti enene de policy principles no eno ho gina no omo antumi ensim
yo obaya mame na wase na odi ekopenso bi nom kope bi so egu ho yankopon ya dom akina ye beto aso ye da sepa eno amane hwehwem a wodi abre yen abusiafo wei eye ye kutie bese for a professional concern a oto yankra e de free Ghana mrase be gefiem nana ya ene ye ko ne nchen
Ebusia fe no wabeka ye ho ahase no ma ye Sompa TV so na wo hwe no enwumre no siabrem kase ne ye bebe de amabrekwa na wotie nka santemantem a Sompa 93.1 Sunyane enso ye Sompa 98.9 and Abuna Poya Mountain Fonso the free in Kranza Sompa 90.7 yet one some so the amamo namra shebedwamo ne da so gina na enne na nya sem ketwa enne ye fa be wo mani we to na we so ato na ema dom ya wonom so e wo mra shebedwam na busia enne wonom so keka one more chance enne no emema eye bia na wo se ma no so timi kire bibi nte no enne emama no e kasikasam ho no na wonom so to bi de ma ban ni nyina no enne se wo wom se aban ni benya sika bi e de akekere wo man amampuntudwuma hodo ya de hye hwe won sa kadea na etuo kro ya na aban no dan se be ya mafo obegigi niema hodo bi a enkofo kwakra de bo mai mo no wobetimi ajegeto e wo so na so no se wo hwe ma afam a wonom e kire sa aban no wo sisi wonom e wo kwan bi so na wo kire mu e na wo kire se Nyankopon abosuo mo no ye fra bibi estrogen ya ade bi abosuo bi ya bode aka ma ho obesi ne mpanyin fie mu sa adolescent age na wahya ase ehu sa ne ma no eni se moja be free ne honam duani mu aba na numpo ne boa ema oba timi fa yefunu ama enema etimi koye de ma no na emayi e kyesa aban ne getuo e wo sa moja na free wo ho ba na wadwene ho ba bi a wonte ase kyese pa de besia ba ya wonum de hye pantim ya moja yi bo betimi di asone sone ama pomode ho nsem mapa no akoye di ama ema anim guase anso no entimi nka wonum no ebusia wose aban na egeto wo so eti wo ka kira aban ni play fa se ne won hwe ntoto ne niema ye na sa to ahodo ya wogege e wo pade e no me ha se nom eni mpodi ankofo kra fra ba no ne ba no won hwe no wonyi to no emfamfiri so e ma dom no panyipa ya wono edi won manim edi nsem wese nyina to dwa no eye adam na hyebedwani ya no kra no de wani kire mu e wo dom kuma ni mu a wono ena ye panyipa wo de takra wo jem abedi e kire ede ma wonom ma make am for doi ni nsem ne bia ye twegu ahoma so eni.
If we cannot do this for our kids, then we should forget fighting this teenage pregnancy. Because if you go as a member of parliament, they come close to you, they whisper to you that, Mommy, did you come with sanitary pad? You feel it. So how will they go to the men? How if they go to the men, how would they do? Because if line up teenage pregnant kids, about 10 of them, and you ask 6 or 7 would tell you it's because of sanitary pad. The men are buying. If you ask them what are they doing for you, they buy me sanitary pad and they give me takeaway. These two. So we are pleading that if we cannot do this for our girls, then we should stop fighting the teenage pregnancy, because we have given that opportunity for them to take advantage of our girls. And the diseases, if they get them, the drugs, do we do them here? We import them. So it's the same problem. So let us work as a team, as Adia said. The men support us to fight this cause so that you get plain girls. If the girl is carrying some bacteria, you yourself, you are not safe as a man. You are not safe as a man. So when you support us fight this cause, they also have their freedom when it comes to this menstrual hygiene.
Sa oba hu chana ahunidie mapa ewo ne ho na emuwa wa biada enko na se ho amema no ene emo so monkwa no ene sanem na mom sa waba ne bibi sa wa ne ho amema no monka hu sa de so ne nyina ne kase no mo so ena eba begirente no yenhwenyi to every pad so se be ya wo meyi no enko ye se ye kwakobra wo so no ye so mpafe ye teenage pregnancy ana sempre wanyin se ye to ase na so no pardon ti bema the 5 cities 20 cities ebe da baywa na watimi akwache no e de amono e basa na yentimi enya adwuma bia na ne de no achi no ma make am for doya wono ya damra hyebedwani wakasa wie ya pe na pusiga mra hyebedwani ya wono so wo onimonya fola di ayamba wanu so de kakra eto so traba ne sada Roma ene yesi wo bi ya de bi na wo ba wo beto so yen kan cho so ba banda da nsem nyina na ne niema no bra betwa to gwa nti no de aban bi aba wo be ye ma free sanitary pass yakwade ma mayu ahodo ye wo suku ahodo mu no aban ne hwe na won san fam rabiam na entime mu mayu ano won ma ho didie ho nsem ene won empom de ho ensem so
We are demanding, because we are not the first, we are not the second. It's not like it has never happened. Free sanitary pads have ever been distributed to the girl child, especially in the schools. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was in, why it should stop, we don't understand. Because menstruation is not something that we want. It's a need. As every woman, as every girl child, you must have it. It's natural. So why can't we be supported when we know that this is problematic? If we are to buy, it affects not only the girl child, but even the parent. And the girl child sometimes, or many a times, many of them, I can assure, get into premarital sex, teenage sex, and all those things because of sanitary pads. We need to be conscious of that. And some of them also use materials, unacceptable materials, just to protect themselves. And the painful aspect is when a girl has to drop out of school simply because of sanitary pads. It's very painful. And when they are humiliated, sometimes it sticks up their heads like that. Even to learn, it becomes a problem. If that girl doesn't even leave, to learn in the social life becomes another thing. And
enim guasie eni se mi ko nipa mu na emoja sai me ho mi ntime nkọ se be ye betwetwe me no me fa me ho enkotom nte no eya na eka ho mamayu adodo na esan free school mu na wotetifie basa na wondache no akoye bibie ho akoto asan mu nte no ye nhwe na empanyimfo ema sanitary pass kwa emfa ma emayu ahodo ya wo mo sukum wei eye pusiga mrahye bedwane ma me ni monyamfo ladi ayamba.
Yet waka say no so na busianfo ye de ma consent from na ena wiai na beto dwa say office of the special prosecutor ne eja abrobi enum atutu pa professor maka no kan say special kwasipita yeso wa yensem twefo nhie mu akeke bi de ya kire o man Ghana ya jejefo so musunu o mo ba bi o mo da na di nansen no emwa na dwuma no emma kata sehye dwum de kankan ne proye no a asempενimfo de amano so won kuntia no etimi akwakọ wie peyo say obeye nsisi mu awie no de na asema akwakọ ajajifo ni mu okoto akoto no hwe de ba ko mienu miensa wo se asem no wabato agu wabra wo bato agu kura no won chese bi asomasi anaso obentinti ana megina so abo asem na to agu trasa wo se yetoda kura no a ensem no bi wo no mu ase wo ya ne de ababeda akoto no kura na akoto no ebeyi onu kisi ajabe no asutira mu maba ababeyi omu ho no eya na intensi obetia ne se yesi yan kisi ajabe ni special prosecutor masem bi a eda koto no twem koto no boato court na mpemwa wabra eno no emwa ma tentene ne ho nsensem enkoso lawyer kisia jabien ne nsentwefo tumanya woni ye boy ye nsem a wakan ye enie
his opinions in cases involving the OSP and stating the position of the office on the opinion in question as to whether the opinion progresses the fight against corruption or inhibits the fight against corruption. This policy is as novel as the office itself, and much like every aspect and operation of this office, the policy has generated public debate on its propriety or otherwise. Those who applaud this policy of transparency see it for what it is: public information and assurances of the position of the office on the fight against corruption, and nothing more. Those who decry it see it as an attack on the judiciary. Indeed, I have had several calls from well-meaning lawyers admonishing me that they have heard talk that our friends who have been elevated to the bench and presiding over cases in court do not take very kindly to criticism, especially of the public calling out variety as we do, and that if the office persists in the media releases, the judges will gang up against the office and throw out all our cases. Mind you, members of the press, collective admonition is from very senior and experienced lawyers who are men and women of the world.
Abzanfo we a special kwesi Peter Yewura Kisie Jaben na yete nenken
na obi a wonim kwante krakra duboni Yewura Kisie Jaben bia ne ne wo hwe ne kasa wakan ye ne se de wosi ejira ho ananim aye bosana wotimi usare ho adware no ama wonya su krampa wo beso fi se wohwe na yawo wonemu e wone dwumadie mu no enya asem ketwa na nsentwefo hye mu ya wode tudwa na wo kyerɛkyerɛ ne ma hodo ya adane wo haw adane wo si akwade ma ne dwumadie sɛ wonhwɛ sɛ bɛyɛ kankan ketahyɛ proye any dream dear ya ekoso mema sɛ wo meto ase no ɛyɛ twintwa na nemu ayade wo si akwan bi dia ma no na wo da na di ade akyerɛ nsentwefo no ɛna wo kyerɛ sɛ baabi adu saa brɛ die ayɛ sɛ wɔno ankasa na ho fama ɛne ne dɔya wɔdwɔ ɛde mo my Ghana ɛno nti ɛna ɔda so ɛte ne office hɔ yɛnkɔ na nsɛm ne sɛ de wɔsi de to dwa fa yɛ no yɛnkɔ tie bi mra.
Actively with the well-meaning lawyers who admonish me, we philosophize and wonder if our judges would do such a thing as gang up against the flagship public anti-corruption agency to scuttle its work for whatever reason. Our musings ran along the lines of, would that not defeat the fight against corruption? Would that not put our young democracy in danger? Will the judges not stultify themselves in the process? We always end with an open-ended sigh. Sometimes a sigh of relief, sometimes a sigh of concern that may that never be the case. And personally, I do not believe that our judges will ever adopt such a dystopian stance. However, members of the press, there appears to be a developing trend of rather regressive and dismissive judicial decisions in respect of cases involving the OSP with troubling consequences. And it seems to us that a careful examination of these outcomes portends a disturbing specter that the fight against corruption is being hampered to the disbenefit of us all. And I do not say these things lightly.
Abusia asemu ameken ma yemfa no agro atemuo adwuma no enim ranim adwuma no eye twintwa medwumadi anemu a ebota yenti enam so ma ye pa me se metna office na mintu keta hye ase no saade we abeye wosi akwan de amame ye wo se ye hwe na ye twa so nya saade a adwuma no ebesa akwasiko na wogina nkwantia wey a special prosecutor yewura kisi ejaben
yademo eko ensem fufurumum ma me Francisca ote mensa mrasebe geni o mrasebe gefima desia e wokwa bri Easter batom peso aso asantema sei osaso ye soafo abedi ekira o show my Ghana ema enkwada ne amansan ye yohon sensem na ode atoga se omotena ye no bota ekese esi o mani so pa se ehiafo buburo ye wo mayemo omo empempinu ano ebepemwa ede ama wunum anu nti no so bekaya mampani dada John Ajukum de wokufo abrada paba asante apega hene de se konkron se man se boy ne penso omo ede school feeding program eba ya nkwada omo kosuku a omo nya nuani nie omo ede besoso omo senemo edu baby kra na kese yanfo buburo na ye wodwete cash kakra na omo ede soso omo senemo epega omo setenum wose sa abotaye no ene si na tena ye nani so na enei womo abasamu ngwe womo gusua womo etusa na monamum edu babia eya na emwa ena ya ne ho akwakoye na nti wosre samanfo emeko wono mu asebeye no sa botai papa na esi omani so no ebetimi awie peyo onabo Francisca Otemensa
ene dumadia ye di no start no enra a 2 days program Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection ahyehyɛ ade nyinaa ne sɛ her ministry na yɛ bi so ade mu kɛseɛ paa ɛyɛ mmɔborɔwafoɔ nsia ɛne sɛ bi wɔn below the poverty line na yɛhwɛ nyinaa ne sɛ aban ɛboa ɛsɔ saa nkurɔfoɔ yi ase na kwan bɛn so na yɛbɛtumi afa so a yɛbɛtumi anya finance anaa sika yɛbɛtumi anya funds ɛde asɔ program no sɛ na bɛyɛ aban ɛde bi ba no yɛnya support nso free baby nti na yɛne yɛn stakeholders bebree ana ahyia yɛtoato adwene baabi a yɛbɛtumi bi afa sɛ yɛpɛmoa a nyinaa no ɛboa yɛn ama sɛnea yɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi anya some funds ɛde supporting and social protection program. The other aspect nso ɛyɛ sɛ yɛhɛ social protection and serve persons with disabilities nso ka the kwan bɛn so ɛfa yɛn adesua mu a kwan bɛn so na ɔmo nyinaa nso yɛbɛtumi akita for them your school feeding, a crime by a bit me school feeding mukila, Lipun, so Nina falls under Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Into crime person and a sub programs here are buying ashishi, a bit me mukila. Ama beneficiaries no so. The more who ain't how now a buying so what who say you are performing your duty.
Observe way a mammy Francisco Timmons and Yetin and Canon Witchley and opening pa or no and a really pursue as so a decacra as so.
Dedicated funding for social protection. We are aware that government is doing so much, but sometimes when we have several groups of people competing for funding from one basket, it becomes problematic. And so the conversation today is about cross-fertilizations of ideas. How can we together fashion out ways of making money available? And one of the things I did in my presentation was to suggest some possible ways, and that includes the sovereign wealth. And the sovereign wealth includes timber, gold, oil, and what have you, what government has control over. And I'm proposing that we could just say that, I give an example, that 2% of the oil money, what profit we make,
Observe way a opening power, Helly Pusso, near Tin in Kenya, no, so HH in Semuka Cradiacreno.
Okay, young Remo, Ewa, Executive Director, Edema Alliance Feminist CEOs, Mame Alimatu Ishaka. One also then send Bia to draw a tress of Mayimono. Say, what Nasidi now the Wanika Kaya Ma, Nititsuni Maiwa and the Mame Fono. One more three, one papa Panamaya Kayaka dear, and Atetia, one more nemo ever one fear and then Potamo who do ya one and nemo. Nama me at the Ensemia Tuja, now watch them with Sawa when it's more fin pimian dun siemo, a tuamo called fin pimian and it do so, and then you do what Trimo Busia, and Quantabu be a course one no, and for domestic violence. And when I say, I bet you just saw Hamabu Pen 27.7%, and I just say a course war, now Nina. No, and my you are free, best and Finchiano Dunum, Echo Dun Kuno Crampo dear, na editram best 38.2%, and I want me ya watch us away no, tete some ya was paying for, say Adaroma one share, now will be a MWF senior Bako for Nanania Brewa. Emma wuto wonom na maba wan so enya gina pen papa bi e wa brabom wa bra somdwe mapa ye wo modia eno ene betimi aboa ama oman chichiri ye nyina ne guso na yensa esomu a ye hwe ni musebekwa ye no yetimi e de akoso basahare so mame e dansem we se nyina di wa bra wonom adwumedie bi wade hyehye so na wada ensem dodo na e kire ensentrefo sei
gender based violence and every 25th November to 10th December. Damre sa time we na ma yen kan ye ho say violence ye work communities bro kasetia more treatment ye de ma enkra ne emaya ewo community say yade a enye enti day yi a yetu agina we opportunity a ebema yen nyina emma mema obia oye actor in society bia ebe have a say condemn a coming up with various innovative enema yen betumi aye gender based violence against women and crying esubetwa nti no as days ni go by your rate me fi nti no ya shada day na go I dedicate our day so that
I will see any payatin in Kane, a executive director, Yawada Alliance Feminist CEOs, and Mame Alimatu Isaac, and I Kokotie no. Na Nidiano Echino, and a lawyer Joyce Ebawa Mutali. One so a trend for so dear ya was say, Yenya Wabra, one more can be a woman. Sa wasa mutimi eka wo hubomu na wabua abanema wadisika shem sebeya ema yakayaka de ya wo femu e wa fiefia hodo ne montamo ahodo a wonom etie no ebusua ni nyina da eto etimi atwa wabla wabua eto ase
that based violence it's just a gender no nye manfo violence towards a bad towards a man any nkola nyina aka ho na wonim say speakers no nyina madam of social ministry, social gender and social protection ministry. Any more panel no so nyina omuji to say sa gender based violence here there had been bebree mema for mo pedophiles na emma so bebree nti na wa cheche mu omo kunu mu bo mo na ma omo bo omo kunu mu ni na bi wo mu but when say police work for the report say wo be ma wo ire aboa they actually literally trivialize it what you say and it becomes an issue na me omo bisa me say ye wo politics mu ye wo public space mu saying how do we handle gender based violence. O show bia oni mi so ro penyimu pa okọ police ko report sa asemia oni se na won befa no newspaper headlines ko be back enya ago nti we don say obi wo ho a obre but they will suffer in silence because oye dina ojenesa eche mi obekọ aponti amon media for besesa ekeka ho sa basa say na say me who say many couples have come into the media space with enormous criticism what you say about our relationships na it dey be oban beka say na beman so ka say na mosomo afa na modina mosa you know these are all parts of the reasons why a man usually person back into public spaces. Now I will say ye go super anti 16 days of activism say church the area say ma we anti say gender based violence is real.
Ebusian lawyer Joyce Bawa NIAT no ye catch us at 21st clinic the sciatica expert. One HRS 13 years and we see achi efa wo to ase efa wo namro mu ho anasa wo nantu ekwaka wo nantire wo ne to de bia eya na emu twetwen wo jon ho anyo bu akrampa wo tena se no wo sori a na akwa ya asem dia ma no wan hwe ya ebebubu ede egu no and at 21st clinic the sciatica expert one must say brana won to ase enfama ebusia ye catch us say baby a wo bia no esanse de ayore samapa ene kwa ho san emama fo dodo anante no ya to ye ho ede agu ewo eye mia ahodo nte no kumasi ase no mehwe overseas Sompa radio nche ho ena ye wo laboratory test ahodo scan service nyina no ye twa bi wo ho nte no massaging eya no wo bani aye obi na won posi won poso ye catch us say ya de bi e wodi wie yase no bomoden na fo ni echire mo 21st clinic na ye nto ase enfama 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 sciatica expert for and a year for Mudiama na miso free drink and a 5G mezano so we drama so baby a year bodrebi and we hear sad drinks we was here if he say no dear kama yes sumnian no egumu wo nom na wunya hoden chapo ama pomuden so aye ochefa no eno and a wasa ma wonsa eka na ye catch us manager Daniel e what 21st clinic and overseas Alpha radio ncha so and a because supermarket sister sewa e wo abawa post office PNC Ventures and Manya taxi station up City Hall and an Asachi Enterprise was for Binchi VIP car park in share anymore wo Kwakwachi company limited wo Kofodia KF Kunju Enterprise wo Kumasi Swame and no hotel share anymore Wamadi afra wo mai ebia na wo pebia ton ebia pese ebre wo bia na de udwuma ye fra yi yo abedin to 0246 270 221 0246 270 221 abusia yenyina hasenum na yentwa ye ho sima pemla ye ba ensem no de aka na edo so ne mortualifo wonom ka se wonom e ba beje adwuma ye fi se won ne ma bi wo ho a won sanka wonom e de nsempa bi atiremu a ni nyina no ye bedan akire e de amamo
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo siremu woje ho ba bia enye na no na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu yenti abaso bo ma gine wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enyasem ketewa Womuji international awards ahodo womuji local awards ahodo na anu nso na womu be the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim hano ebi ni baby a gise 21st clinic nkwa womuji bibidro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade pa ko a woma gidi womu pa no sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha ba bia wo mo ho 0540 311 na 21st clinic wo mo ye sciatica expert.
Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved. TV Emma Aketiapa.
Abza for esaso so mama kwa ba bio eba Sompa television ya nwumre ekase eso sauti enka obono ne afomantem ne mu a aha Sompa 98.9 FM say obono ismantem ne mu a say yetechima ne say enkransa say kentampo aha so Sompa 90.7 FM na sa wa santemantem ne mpotemu a aha Sompa 93.1 FM abusia yento akase no so mamo na yemfamo enkonsem fufrum ye kotete say nipa bin mo musika akwakodi Dr. Papa Kwesindum ne bangia ye friend say a Gold Coast securities pim abusiafo wonne womo ekobo dompimo finance ministry a womo nsema no mo kenyina ene se sempenimfo entuo musika mfa ma wonu mu a na ne ne omo ebeye nyina ene so omo beda ho se wunu omo bewuo se boni ebe buo mu a omo mu wonum ebuso mfi se so tap entreni a woje eye ewo na eno ena abusiafo ne womo hyase anopei ene emu ma emu mema womo ko womo esoso womo kete womo bobo womo ensuo ebi kra de echese koport nyina ekokọ ya womo mattress no nyina akeka womo mosquito net ne mosquito ko mami kra de ye kese oro no hu wie uro ya maneka ne bodies no wo yes wo yi bodies no ena mranche ne maba wa na wo ho no yirin se dabi ma me dabi ye na kasa ye nye ne sa enti tobo enega womo ayire no a womo ede kokogu ye na busia ya tete sempenimfo eye finance ministry ene atnaya ehwesika sam ne ho mpempra wade eye ntotoye se ekoya womo ekobo dompem o finance ministry onom no womo ene omo besia na de akamu bia no womo ene omo di nkomo ede efiri honomo na busiafo yenko man so na opani ba ko a eja ekoyi womo anamontuo womo koba nyina eye waka ho bie na oni omo ekoba yene no enkonkodi nkomo ewo ahoma no so Mr. Frempong Majoy.
Hello
Mr. Frempong Majo.
Mini amejo so
na ho ye
anyame adom nyame na ebo ye ho ban
mo na say mo o ebeye na efri anope ya mukogu ho no de besi anwumre no emperimfo aka bibia akere mo ana
osa obia no mekanya sasem bia ankere hen obia mekanya sasem bia ankere hen
eti efri anura na moda ho amade ache mo nne ema anwumre soso no mo to aso no obia meka bibia ankere mo
obia meka obia ne eno ane so mbeka akere se ombe boye na yetimi yaji sorry Kwesindum bebia Kwesindum don yetimi any Kwesindum apreso nanka omonya chance nanka if you are no much yesika man nsem let me tell you one thing Kwesindum me onya me boni bia o na onye obi anso boni bia
You have just 1 minute remaining.
And yet, government machineries, ya mona mo tete to be discuss kwa. We allow no. Say a year America. No be discuss ba ha. Omo mpene. Kwesindum may be in the bank. He was operating well. Maybe joining Kwesindum 4.5 months prior to the cruise. No. This is 1.5 months ago. The millions in Uniform Man's and you push you, Prince. before I'm joining, no, they were enjoying. Obia enjoying benefiting. Obia any problem with the machine.
Mr. Frimpong, Mr. Frimpong, Jina Soma ye na yemfa airline for enfro CCA. Jina Soma ye na yemfa line for enfro CCA ni ontoa enkomono eso. Entwaso sisi a miyenkona yene Mr. Frimpong entwaso eti Mr. Frimpong we almost say ombeboa mo almost ombeboa mo na motimi ne pa kwasi ndum e de afeso ejese mo ye
ni ensem hunu sabi ensem hunu no mo kan sabi akwa ese wo dada abafra say kono ko ye we ne mema bofu tadi nyanse bi anim nyanse bi anim because one kwasi ndum mi onye obi ahwe kwasi ndum nyone kwasi ndum ne gu ne facility no ewo nanado ne won krofo no waban na ne begu kwasindum facility no enti ewo wankasa ane so wuti obi sika mante so ye 2020 ye call election no a oma obi sika 50,000 across board no obi sika 50,000 to 5,000 no ne saka ne sika obi 20,000 ne saka ne sika enti o tse sika ni nyina de mo no ofi se yen wote wa obedwin se na se ne papa ye tua dia so aso tuam dia kan e mami enti enye kwasi ndum ana obi fan sekan akokwasi ndum so untimi nkokwasi ndum so enye ne nkokontokwa ye wo aban no ye wo na ogu bank no ona ogu facilities ni nyina financial facilities ni nyina enti ye wo tumi na obi gina so na wo de tue sika man the parliament house no omo approve say omo tue sika na man no my budget no who can afford it and again now they budget no and you can say young call in the more there I don't think say will be a fancy kind not go in the morning say or franco for the bubu to now so yenden and so I can operate the Minister of Finance no smart embra and say it's just Mr. Frimpong way and just say mobile day more to us day mobile yeah appealing to Parliament House ya kachiro mo and yenim say na wotwe bebe bia me bisimu no ye benya result bi afiri ho
okay
and na o man kasa no o me nipa so be can operate no ye nipa
no kre
oda odwen nipa wu papa enkofo wu papa and you know can operate and if he said that's the whole world is for him one day the life no will see you see himself somewhere onye obi awo when you manager when you become manager me can what to be say we your manager there be an some respect wo subordinates go ase and so your president not we a leader who make sure say Ghanaians we buo mo no so buo
no correct
no why ya dey na attract
no correct
ben ye obi asabi wo ye obi a onitima na wo dream say me dey me na me panyin mu dey metimi aka bia meka
Matthias
intimidation ye dey intimidation atwam
Matthias
because ye mu bi dey me ye mu bi say no me kan kire no wati no mu nyina anti intimidation enya dwuma obi aso
no cre obi antimi nyo obi bibia wa bra obi anya obi bibia metwase Matthias
because we dey yesom no nteni dey me me kire nse esika na akam no ye esika anya sika ti se maame na MP no owie sika ko hye empase no a akoye police case no
Mr. Frimpong tobo tobo unse asam na ye ka no ye ka e de apemmoa e de amamu na mo nsa ka
musika na me ka bibia kire so me so bi kire wadwen se de madwen no
pasa na wu kan me
ya de me
kwa me ho bi eto de me fonsia me fonsia ye be ko parliament ni ahwe ni ahwe say ye benya members of parliament no na omososo ye di we ato omanim masemi na ya pemo ye da sepa abusafo pani eye Frimpong na ye no akwakodi nkomo ni nyina abusafo wo ka ni bro metenase o maso aye se ebi kura kokko pension omo pension sika na omo de koto ho no mo a se ne mo kase ni nyina kam besina che se omo ebono a emmo ntomani abre ti eduru ba bia no mu di kasa eso eduru ba bia eja so na wato bokagra eti ye be di etire de be frato bia de yemfa nka me mo
ewsiafo na nanu maka to say ye de ye na say anya wo ya ye nya wo fa ye sanso so na we yefru ye oya na wan fe wo sia wo bin hu de ha wo ni nte no anam so ama ye nua no ma wonum de omudwuma e wo mochwara mu kra bia hodo no na sa wonum chese condition of service ahodo eniem betimi abo won dwumade ne nya de a won setime ka eno nti omo de kokobo efa krata so e de betu dwasen sempanyifo anhwe na wan pe asem no pemesi bra enne da ya kase wo quarter 29th November no wonum ebesha strike yase ene ya wodi wo furu ba sa fa kofie so obekwa akwawie o so obekwa akono ade agu ho so obeya de dan yo na wan kasa wo no furu na kwa akodi na no ena enam so ntabusia ya kase ya no panyifo ahodo ya wo hwa apede ho nsam wonum abem enam so nti yewura ofosu asamwa wana panyipa ya National Labour Commission wada ano wasaya lawyer prekope yene na bonkomo e de afa nsemi ho a wade arehwemu nsem papa bi e de aba e de fasa nsem we ho
the Ghana Health Services salary representing the Ministry of Finance to settle the issue of outstanding allowances and other different taxes expressed and petitioned by the BOAC. You know, earlier on when we got the petition, we quickly wrote to the Ministry of Health to apprise the Commission on what steps we are taking to abet this impending strike and outlining the complaints of the mortuary workers. In fact, since then, we also invited them to today's meeting so that apart from what they were going to write to us, the other party will also be around for us to iron out the differences if there were any outstanding. So there's been a series of meetings that have gone on between the mortuary workers and the ministry, and all parties seem to have come out with something. We have received letters yesterday and today which suggest a settlement and a directive signed by the chief director of the Ministry of Health, directing that the allowances that were outstanding and due the mortuary workers should be paid by the head of facilities to forestall the intended strike action. However, we have not received a letter from the mortuary workers confirming what we have received from the Ministry of Health and Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, telling us that they have implemented what they have to do. So they will be appearing.
I will see any payette and care lawyer for Swasabaya one on a penny pa. National Labour Commission wo tria no so be na fam de na wonen panyimfo so adwahwe near my poor be yesebe ya sa mortuary workers say one strike no entimi emaso
abjanfo afiti enra enen semi be sensen wiem be ya ake uba yesi se kwasi broni bia eja waba mayimo businessman ye waba be business wo mayimo abusuafo wo ke kansam de fa emrase be gani wo emrase be gefie ma dehia e wo bantama baton pesua so yera Francis Asenso Boache ho se owura nemra na mampani na nadu danko akufado aye no chief of staff abedi echira na ge so ne na ne ko ba bia ne botire mu nam even ne kura ne ya yete mampani na nadu danko akufado ne doba power so ne ni e honorable Francis Asenso Boache na broni ne ke kansam se emra no deputy chief of staff no broni no epese okohu mampani na nadu danko akufado na ode na hia sembi eto mampani na nadu danko akufado nim eno ntiaja obi echire no a okosi MPP amanyoko no first vice chairman a owo northern region so Alhaji Idrisu Sunday okokosi no so meja enkomodi diemu no papa ne yese o woni problem me do be kwa asenso na asenso kra do akọ president na do danko akufado wose ampani ampani nuane ampa so no de ne koe wode ne koe kosia Francis Asenso Boache kosia mampani akufado sabre ne no pese obenya moa no de ahye ne business the business ase wo mamu no watimi atoa so e de akwakoye na ose anumu a eno eja owo yes ane ma nyina ma no wi o de betu nanim so si etima ye de ama ode a abusuafo no ehwehwe ma de mpepa ne nsa ko ena ne opoto no wonchiri fo bom enu nti o ma poto no nko ade o mo de bebom no ma testi se da na se enchina tiri mo mbe testi enti o kofa $20,000 emfa emra brunina ke kansa mi fria no a edibesi enne na anopamba kaya o ma ine yadubo achechena se a no ma wi ase nyina ache e wade ache bi adwumadie so Sompa television ene Sompa FM so no wone yewra Francis Asenso Boache ne boa fosoro nko di nkomo emuchirim se sansam no a broni no ekeka nokra bi anim nokra obeshi honorable Francis Asenso Boache emra no deputy chief of staff no emode ne ko hu mampani emane no open no ne nsakan na ba bia no hono mo a honorable Francis Asenso Boache ene ne kodi sika ho nkomo mpo ne mpese waka che ne so man $20,000 bi na enumu a ene nwumre ya MPP first vice chairman ya owo siremu a omu bonidin e de bata asemi ho ono so de krata aba bonte eche se broni no wo trofo papa broni a wo twantro no won ka no kre ebini sa akwa no a wo kasa no ne buafo soronko eye Anas Ghazali echeche nsemu de kire de course pa ene ne ntom fi se broni no wo trofo a wo ye kuntompo ne nabrabani.
We got the information on YouTube on a channel via what is the name, Citizen channel, and the allegation was that Alhaji Idris Sunday has asked him, Mr. Cloud Convincer David, that's the name of the so-called businessman who came to the north to invest. But I want to state categorically that Mr. Alhaji Idris Sunday has never arranged a meeting, neither has he ever even introduced Mr. Asensu Boachi to any investor in Ghana. No. Even their discussion didn't even involve anybody, Mr. Asensu Boachi. The man came looking for help. And he even advised them that the best place they can go for the help is to go to the secretariat for one district, one factory.
Fonti weye aye abrantie Anas aye Gazalia wakasa edema NPP amanyuko no first vice chairman owo Isrim Alhaji Idrisu Sunday ana na ocheche nsemu se sabre no kra no a omukoshi ono abo Francis Sensopo ache no wo che se ja yate one district one factory secretariat eti fankrata ne ko kaka kire omo se mampani na nado dan kwakuvo na sebra nya wo ye bia no onbeye diamond woni nya secretary bia se ne ebroni na wonka no kra no te ba bia okay kan nsem de gu social media ne so
afeyentu faso kwode ebresamwa ya woto ne nsam jabon frɛ asantema se ne nkopiem ofifi mantemo na ban krachi panyi ya ono ewo gomoa east abaton pesia so anase mensene mo no eyo ni monyafo Solomon da kokwa wono so ato na chitaye ese wobehwe sebe ya homesua mapa ebetimi asori agya na so waka wonpotam wo na timi aboa amampuntu so nam so aba amafo no aboboa no wada sansem wese nyina di wabra ne da ye kasei gomo anya no senior high technical school na wonom etwa homemo ati school na no apa hontomo a wonam so ntine wode ensem wese ekoto dwa wase
na baby a ode yewura ima promises na minister na oyinwo eju komo dem na ade no ya ye ma as quickly as possible abaya government absorbed ma cheda I fully fledged government school no we will do it na ya ebida na no ya bai no buduburam no subi St. Gregory SHS, a private school. I am telling you that I was there at Shim, will double it.
Abai krachi penyo no gomoa is men Simon Monya for Solomon da koni ekoti ene dwumede na sempempem nipa ena ekwo share one message twom na nya sem ketwa eye nika ye monyam so nam so nte no anko bia hene ya wono se wo gomoa nya no na nanu mata konyansa ase so na na ayi kwei wono so kwase e ma nam so nte wode adesre eto abai nim wa bra wode si aso ye no ehwe enwomasua so esei
no obaba ba hwenyen na botano ma yesi efriase no obokot na bibiara ekowieye mekire building of classroom facilities in Adade already they submit a document for building of the school no yedama minister na nankrofo na me wa rehye there we bo a wa hyen no obedido na wa beye ezamanya ante semu bisanya na za yepe de aban obeyeman bebre na aka titiri wa start yentumin yes science course because equipment and facilities are what the science lab no ni na onye ready daminti ya bese minister na nempen fuina na wa ma bibiara otedam wa ye wa be mamanya
Gomu nyanya no na no matan kwanwa bedwa no ankobia hene ya wo no ewo hode ma wo no nana ayikwe ano di sem ne yetie ye
After the Cassian Quaco, or Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly came or Matana, and a yera some pine and now what the atu and say, has a guard this year was Santimanta Mazetitrune, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Eja, Yatu Mumuno, Yempe in Tokyo to Etia, Nonomba Beshasia pa, Waja Padie, SCK or Massa so dear, set dear. Fashion tinum se enche oba bitu in Tokyo to ningina kakra so no no de bo e Kumasi ho bra yera sampan komuni
Yenina ye tie Sompa
so wo container a ye restaurant a sika utia ho a operational permit container kiosk na stadium property rate a ye what's the net to your friend in Tokyo to what said come mo if you can say I would know so I mean room on me side dino a ye with Japan no Tokyo to and no tia and no near friend property rating and I get at the for a idea a what that fibia yet now fee a buy and say a Ghana Revenue Authority DRE and the Beji and not piece no now DRE for no Koye February and he said as accepted by Sikana or Maji Amayan less than 10% of the year casa na September 2022 near year and Niwa Ufrata Kokain Ken or Kain Ajetuno no yen said that Yanayano every ma as a piece now near the yaki na into 2 years to ye be after one and wait to a home and no any day Bible say Nanga Jerry Fona a Babaji and Sisia Cassia Abetia.
And they say Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly no na eba be hyase ne mensina hodo no on ba be hyase age o made enti enya so den bi eduru ho no mo a na je se watua wo de eno akakra eno mo de boyi nkurase ene nkurunkuma ne mu eho bra ye gina we so na nwumre ye de kase na si na sedan koma express group for awusia opese otu kwan eze boys ne kono ozuko bi o obi edane mu a no wadane bi wotete ho no mo sa ena obi adane jata ye nyina adane jata no walande obi anum no do waye kalomo enti obi ekwa ozuko bi amanfo ko Canada yi se ope bi akwa express group se fo ne nyina beda wunum omdo be ko be jo visa ma no tue usika dia ma wunum opo baby ti se America na akwa o me jo visa ma o tue musika dia ma wunum ope baby ti se UK na akwa ye je visa na ma o tue sika ma ye ope baby ti se Australia so akwa ye jo visa ma na o tue sika dia ma ye New Zealand num Germany ne Italy ne France no nyina opa onum ba bi akwa abusua furniture express group o matena ye na yen show ye Kumasi Asafo Labor Runabout no so ena nkran so be hu yen e wo Kaneshi First Light onomo a tema so no eye Lashibi Golf Lane Station onomo eye community 18 so no obe hu yen fra yen 0249000448 0249000448 na and express group eni enkomo kasia no asi asidanko man yesem for peniyera asante ebo Benedict ya Grace na de ko TV ne so akosia so money chinchin fidie ndema yen na nabosi ebusi ene kukuwa no nyina yeda wono mase Sompa FM ne Sompa TV newsroom yeso so ebeso manyumre na ya abo amalibi aboga nyumre mene
ohine ire mame ekua yeboa esiama yesori so na bema foso ninti foso wanum ede asem peni pedwumedie no aba beso na ansa na no yen soli ntwa ye humra na enkai botel yemfa ento aso